a holy battle going over your head right now, over the choices and everything, your thought process, your dreams, everything that you're going through. They're battling over your subconscious right now, and we're able to visually see that when we pass away. It says the demonic ones will try to reach for us, but they have no authority through the Most High, and that we begin on our ascension to our judgment, where we are judged, and our karma is then placed on our seed, our seed line, when we're down here on earth. So everything that your son is going through is from whatever your dad, whatever sins that you have done, that's going to be placed on him.
I've always been one person skeptical of the word karma.
Right.
I've always believed it the way I read it. You plant good seed, good seed will grow. If you plant negative seed, bad seed will grow. It will come back to you. The only issue that I've ever had is the passing along that my son has to pay for what I've done. But
so I'm sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
You've grown up in your life right here in this area, right? And you've gone through certain that you've gone through. Is there any time in your life where you could say, man, I don't deserve this shit?
And this is not a debate, but I just want people, the fans, to see a different perspective.
Right.
And I asked a Hindu this because he was trying to teach me on karma, and I was allowing him, but he said, oh, you know what? He said this: we don't like Christians going into our country and trying helping us because they don't allow us to deal with our karma. And I said, so what are you paying? He goes, for what my ancestors did. And it was passed down to me. So I just asked him this: how much do you owe? Who do you owe it to? And how do you know when you've paid it? And he couldn't answer. So that's why I kind of hang on to it, like, okay, I'm gonna hold off on that. But I'm not gonna totally just disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? So, because we have to have an open mind if we're ever gonna learn.
Right. Ghosts or any spirit that's here, and I'm only stating from scripture, those will be abominations. Those can't break the firmament or go to any sort of judgment. They're bound here to the judgment till they will be cast into the lake of fire. Those were never supposed to be made. God didn't make them. There's animals here that are hybrids. There's people here that are hybrids that were never supposed to be made. There's also fruit and vegetables that weren't supposed to be made.
Some people actually believe that Chupacabras, if he's real, that he was a hybrid. And then some people believe, remember for a while they were cloning animals. Let me say something about the Book of Enoch, what I had heard. Now I'm going to go once again with what I had heard. That the reason why it was not included in the actual Bible, even though there are some disciples that actually do quote from the Book of Enoch, okay, is because they never actually found a scroll. You know, from it, so they cannot confirm that the Book of Enoch that is out today is the actual one that existed from the one they were quoting from. So that's why.
A lot of people don't believe in it for whatever reason. Because I study science too. If I were to explain the planets to you and show you videos on how they really look, it matches perfect up with
Enoch is an ancient Jewish text, traditionally attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah. This pseudepigraphal work is not included in the standard biblical canon of any major Christian denomination, but holds significance in certain Jewish and Christian sects. The book details complex themes of angelic hierarchy, divine judgment, and mystical phenomena, offering a narrative about the origins of evil and the fate of the universe. Enoch is a patriarch mentioned in the book of Genesis as the seventh from Adam and the great-grandfather of Noah. He is noted for his righteousness and piety. According to Genesis 5:24, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more because God took him away. This cryptid has led to much speculation about his role and fate, which the book of Enoch expands upon, depicting him as a mediator between the divine and human realms and a scribe of the celestial order. In the book of Enoch, the Watchers are a group of angels tasked with watching over humans on earth. However, they eventually fall from grace by becoming too knowledge such as weapon making, cosmetics, and sorcery. And they father children with human women. These children are known as the Nephilim.
Don't they kind of remind y'all of the Anunnaki teaching the Sumerians, you know what I'm saying, or ancient Mesopotamians, those fallen angel techniques, you know what I'm saying, the makeup and how to work with the metals of the earth and all that stuff, and astrology and all that. You're gonna find out more, y'all.
Nephilim are described as the offspring of the sons of God, the Watchers, and the daughters of men in Genesis 6:4 and the Book of Enoch. These beings are depicted as giants or mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Their presence on earth is characterized by chaos and violence, which ultimately leads to divine intervention. The Book of Enoch portrays the Watchers as being initially well-intentioned, aiming to assist humanity. However, their teaching of forbidden knowledge and procreation with humans is seen as a transgression against divine commands, disrupting the intended order and balance of creation. In some modern interpretations and alternative histories, the narrative of the Watchers and the Nephilim is connected to the Anunnaki, gods of Sumerian mythology. The Anunnaki from the planet Nibiru also came to Earth and created humans. The flood myth, which appears in the Epic of Gilgamesh and is paralleled in the story of Noah's Ark, is interpreted as a deliberate act by the Anunnaki to purge the Earth, including the Nephilim, by letting Nibiru's gravitational forces cause a great flood. Metzit Hermon, a significant mountainous region on the borders of modern-day Lebanon, Syria, and Israel, is mentioned in the Book of Enoch as the location where the Watchers descended to Earth. It is traditionally regarded as a sacred place, symbolizing the gateway between the divine and the earthly, a fitting site for such celestial interactions. The connection between the Book of Enoch, the Nephilim, and the Anunnaki weaves a narrative that spans multiple ancient cultures and mythologies. It suggests a shared mythos or a common interpretative thread among ancient peoples about divine beings influencing human history, either through direct intervention or through the offspring they leave behind. This blend of mythological and religious texts with modern interpretations challenges our understanding of ancient history and the boundaries between the celestial and terrestrial realms.
See how they twist. Man, y'all see how they twisted that up, you know what I'm saying? The people that talk about the Anunnaki, they twisted the story up from the Watchers, man. They try to tell you it's the other way around. It was the Watchers twisted, it was twisted up from the Watchers to the Anunnaki. But the Watchers are the fallen angels that God was talking about. And these people tell you that the fallen angels created us and all that, or the Anunnaki created us and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's, hey, man, that's misleading, misinformation in my eyes, man. They trying to take you away from the Most High. Never fall for the boo-boo, man. Let's go.
The Book of Enoch.
They tripping, man. Y'all follow that channel. Show us some love.
There's a chance the Book of Enoch is revealing the truth. According to what we now know, the Book of Enoch was suppressed in the 4th century because it did not accurately reflect the ancient scriptures. What if this isn't the case? What if it was because it accurately depicted human nature? In the book, it is explained how a group of angels known as the Watchers started rebelling against God and started teaching people things they weren't supposed to know, such astrology and how to make nuclear weapons. They started lying to human women in addition to doing that, which led to the creation of the Nephilim. Others claim that the book is untrue, yet given the descriptions of how the earth was formed, the positions of the sun and moon, and even the current whereabouts of the Watcher angels, perhaps. You may not believe it, but in
this one truth about the Book of Enoch is going to blow your mind. And you're going to realize how far the deception goes. Check it out. And before you say anything bad about the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jude in our Bible references the Book of Enoch, saying that he prophesied these things. In fact, the Book of Enoch is in the oldest Bible, the Ethiopian Bible, and that Bible contains 88 books. So then the question is, why isn't it in our Bible? The Bible that we have today is the canonized version. That just means the Catholic Church and popes came together and decided what books went into our Bible. Yeah, that's not a red flag at all.
For real, though. And notice that he said the canonized Bible. Canonized. Canaan Cana, yeah, you get it? Canaan. Cain. You get it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Nevertheless, the oldest Bible contains it, so I'm gonna go with the oldest. Disclaimer, there are a bunch of fake Book of Enochs out there, so if you're going to research this book, make sure you do your due diligence and get the right Book of Enoch. Jesus said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. And Enoch accurately describes what happens in the days of Noah, so why is it not in our Bible? Watch these Christian movies on Tubi, subscribe and follow.
Still on the same little turn wheel doing the same thing, man. What we gonna do?
Not to make graven images of anything in heaven. That's one of the commandments, you know, not making these graven images of things in heaven. Well, he called the firmament heaven. He put the planets up there. We call them planets. They're not really planets. They're the chiefs of the stars. And when you read like the Book of Enoch, it has a prophecy about them. It says they're going to leave their orbital paths and tasks. Everything was prescribed a path at creation that showed us the appointed times and when things were happening. That's how they knew when the Messiah was coming. They've always had people studying the stars. But it says the chiefs of the stars, the ones that we call planets, will leave their orbital paths, and a generation to come, a generation of sinners, will err in their understanding about them and take them to be gods. And every single one of them is named after a god, except for earth. And what was earth? Dry land. God called dry land earth. Not the seas, not the world. There's the world, which is everything, the firmament, you know, the whole world, the waters. But earth is just dry land. And so it's a prophecy that would have helped. If people would have kept that book, they'd have understood it, that was going to come. But that book was hidden for years and years and years. And it says at the very beginning, this book is for a generation to come in the end times. So it's like one of those that when you read it, everything makes sense. Why we've been lied to, who's been lying to us, you know.
And why?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the most important question to answer is why. And it's that spiritual aspect of it.
Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in men,